Okay, today's video about how to stay forever, or at least very long time, young and healthy. I report about news in three teams now, very far in the extending of longevity, and this about two groups, two results I was already reporting before, but I decided to make it to one video because it is extremely important for me that all this news, all this information together with other information which I am not going to report gave me the idea how I personally can get rejuvenation. So I mean, with my low resources that I cannot pay for to estimate my biological age, and I only can decide that it is working or not on my appearance, but mostly on like some secondary changes in my body. Like, you know, when you are getting old, hair starts to grow from your nose and from your ears and on ears. So this, what I see, what is interesting to me, I consider it's very positive and very good indication that I started this rejuvenation program, and then not only program, but it's really rejuvenation, a change of my biological age, that I have fewer hairs growing from my nose. It is funny, of course, but it is so. I have no other means to measure my biological age, and then it is okay for me. I take it as evidence that I am doing quite well. And also there was some information which is publicly available, but I do not report it to public because, again, I want to keep it secret, because altogether gave me the idea where to go, where to proceed with very low funding. Actually, I funded it from my own money, and then now I'm in such situations that I don't have enough funds. I have to work to earn some money, because my investment to Thailand was not successful, unfortunately, because of some private reasons, and then I was not successful. I didn't think I will do so bad, but okay, now it is a situation. I do not complain. It is just, again, everything happens for better. And this was actually motivation for me to get a rejuvenation, like to start my life again, to get young as possible, to live as long as possible. And I hope I will live no shorter than 140 years. This is, for now, it is biological limit of our age. And then, well, let's see. But okay, again, as I said, already three groups of researchers, three groups achieved some very good results, and technically speaking, it is already possible to rejuvenate a human body. And of course, only the difference between my ideas and ideas of these groups, that I use quite limited. I'm very limited in budget, so my methods are very cheap, very affordable, but the companies really spent already millions of American dollars on it, and then they are going to make, to produce some medicine, some methods, technologies of rejuvenation, and then to show people that it works, and then to earn some money. So I only can congratulate these groups, because these achievements are really very interesting. So okay, let's start. So I highly recommend to read the scientific blog of Josh Mitteldorf. The PDF file will be in my Google disk, and so you can go inside and then you can get the link, or you can Google Josh Mitteldorf and aging matters. So to get involved in this program, because quite many participants of this blog are giving very interesting ideas, and for me it was very important also to, I do not participate in discussion, but was very important for me to read this blog. So okay, so first I will start from blog which was published in September 2019. It is discussing the first result of rejuvenation with the use of human growth hormone. So this was a publication. I was reporting about this publication before. Please check my video for this, or maybe some more details. And Gregory Fahey, or I don't know how to spell it, Gregory Fahey, it's outstanding man and a very, very smart person. And then together with a high contribution of Steve Hovers, who measured biological age of people involved in the test. It was very interesting publication. So what they were doing, they used a group of volunteers in age of from 51 to 65 years, old men, not women, old men. Now they are going to make another trial with women, including women and more people involved. So they were doing injections of synthetic growth hormone, and the purpose was to rejuvenate not all the body but only thymus. Thymus is a big part of our immune system, and they were expecting that thymus will regrow or will recover, or at least will slow down its degeneration. And then they added also some other substances to this, because growth hormone induce hyperinsulinemia. So it is the insulin release of insulin growth, and then to suppress it, they used metformin and DHEA. DHEA is mostly suppressing cortisol. Cortisol is gets high release of glucose and also a high level of insulin in the blood, so they used both. And it was quite an inspiration for me, because I also use DHEA and metformin in my protocol, in my attempts to rejuvenate my body. So this was very, very interesting information, first information what I was following. And they, by measuring, by imaging, proved that the thymus was recovered, because thymus in age degenerate, and the functioning cells are replaced by fat cells. But they demonstrated that after 1 year of such treatments, the thymus recovered quite well. And Steve Hovers measured biological age of these people involved, and then different methods were used, and all these methods gave rejuvenation in average 2.5 years. So in 1 year trial, the rejuvenation was equivalent to 1.5 years. So after 1 year, they became younger, 2.5 years younger. So, and considering that it took 1 year, so they get younger 1.5 years. Okay, so please check this, read this article, or watch my previous video. Okay, then as I said, the idea was first to regrow the thymus, and the loss of the thymus function occurs typically before age 70, and this is why all the people dying from COVID-19 now, because in age of 80 and older, our immune system doesn't work anymore, and then it is even such easy infection like COVID-19 can kill older people. And this was happened, and especially in nursery houses, when people were intentionally, I believe intentionally infected by this virus, and we have most of the deaths was because of this intended infection of older people, and most of victims are old people. So now the idea to wipe out all the people, and I am myself 63, so I'm in the group of endangered people, so I'm in a group of risk. So it's also for me important results. Okay, then the treatment, as I said, included growth hormone, metformin, vitamin D, zinc supplement, and DHEA. I highly recommend to watch one video which is the rationale for and clinical potential of thymus regeneration. This was a video record of Bobby Brook. They established a new company, and he is CEO of the company, and he gives brilliant video. And also another video, please check it. It is about Greg Fahy. He's 1 year later, he made a presentation about the result, and some results were published, but the presentation has more information. So I highly recommend you to watch this video to actually, I mean, just really, these people are great. There's a great achievement, and it is already existing technology that they use it, and they are going to use it and to develop it further. And after clinical trials, which are very expensive, of course, then after this they try to implement it and to make it commercial. Okay, then next was news from Josh Mildred's blog about age reduction breakthrough, and this was posted in May 11th, 2020, so not so long ago. And this was results about Katcher and Sanghvi. They tried to rejuvenate old laboratory rats using a fraction extracted from the blood of younger rats. Rejuvenation was successful, and it was again very interesting results. Katcher and Sanghvi have not revealed any details of the treatment, what the substance was used, besides the fact that it is in 4 intravenous doses. They made 4 injections, not in 1 day. I don't remember what was the time separation, at least a few weeks, and that it is derived from a fraction of blood plasma substances. They do not disclose what it is, but they gave these injections, and then the paradigm was that agent is coordinated via signal molecules in the blood. So a problem is that there are thousands of constituents represented in tiny concentration in blood plasma, and which of these are responsible for agent, it is not clear, and they do not disclose it. Again, that it is quite different paradigm from what other people propose, like David Sinclair. David Sinclair is focused mostly on rejuvenation on cell level, on individual cells, and then he proposed to use supplement of NAD boosters and also metformin, and it can work, no problem. Maybe not so radical and more complicated, but at least it is decelerate agent for sure. So, but again, the paradigm is that there are some signal molecules in our blood, and if we supply another signal molecules from younger blood, from younger plasma, and the blood plasma, then we can really rejuvenate, reboot our body. And they measured so they measured also epigenetic age with epigenetic age, and then then Katcher and Howers reported results of the methylation measurements to check biological age of these laboratory rats. And what was done, that plasma treatments of the old rats age of 109 weeks, which is equivalent to human age 80 years, reduce the biological ages of blood, liver, and heart by a very large and significant margin, to levels that are compatible with the young rats. I mean, which are young rats. It's only, okay, young rats, like 39 weeks. Okay, then you see that they made these measurements and demonstrated that it is not completely young, but quite rejuvenation. So besides the methylation clock, besides the measurement of biological age, the paper represents evidence of the rejuvenation by many other measures. For example, a marker of inflammation in the body of rats, and was restored to low levels of useful rats, of young rats, and glutathione, this is antioxidant level which our body produces, and superoxide dismutase, another antioxidant, and other antioxidants in the body of rats were restored to high useful levels. So it is really was really biological rejuvenation. In test of cognitive function, treated rats scored better than old rats, but not as well as young rats. Blood triglycerides, I mean the fats, were brought down to useful levels, and also cholesterol rose to useful level, and blood glucose fell toward young rats. And chronic inflammation due to aging have been reversed with factors present in young blood. So you see, it is really successful result. We cannot deny that just injections, 4 injections of some substances, signal molecules from blood of young rats works. Katcher thinks that the molecules involved will be not difficult to manufacture or to synthesize, so that when a product is eventually commercialized, it will not require extraction from the blood of live subjects like rodent or humans. And the good news from Katcher results that it seems only 4 injections are necessary to order to achieve rejuvenation. Okay, 4, maybe 5, I don't know, but at least it works, and we have to maybe wait before. I mean, what was not done, that they should check longevity of the rats. It was not done, so we have to wait maybe 1 year before they die and really check what is the longevity extension. And also maybe to make these treatments not one time, but quite in several times. Another question is whether rejuvenation required both adding and removing molecular species from the blood plasma. For example, pro-inflammatory cytokines are found in old blood at much higher levels. Okay, so we see that again, maybe not only injections of signal molecules from young blood have to be used, but removing of some signal molecules from old blood. And then this is again was another research which is absolutely fantastic, absolutely interesting, that the group of scientists with convoy people, I mean 2 persons convoy, I think it is husband and wife, or I don't know, father and son, I don't remember. I didn't check actually. So it was this publication, rejuvenation of 3 germ layers tissues by exchanging old blood plasma with saline albumin solution. Agent, okay, it was published in Agent. The reference you can get by Googling or just downloading my presentation and clicking on the link. Okay, so what they report, they replaced half of plasma in mice with saline solution containing 5% of albumin, and they call it neutral age blood exchange, NBE, thus diluting the plasma factors and replenishing the albumin that would be diminished if only saline solution was used. Okay, then they report that our data demonstrates that the single treatment, the single blood exchange dilution suffice to meet or exceed the rejuvenative effects of enhancing muscle repair, reducing liver adiposity and fibrosis. fibrosis and increasing hippocampal neurogenesis in old mice. Okay, this is all technical stuff, but they they checked and they saw the real rejuvenation of some tissues in tissues. And the conclusion is that significant dilution of autoregulatory proteins, so signal molecules, in old blood would, through changes in gene expression, have long-lasting molecular and functional effects. This work improves our understanding of the systematic paradigms of multi-tissue rejuvenation and suggests a novel and immediate use of the FDA-approved this treatment, plasma exchange, for improving the health and resilience of all the people. So this technology already exists. So if it can be used on a regular basis and in many steps, then it will work. So a similar human clinical procedure of therapeutic plasma exchange (TPE) revealed a molecular resetting of the system signaling milieu. Okay, moreover, a single TPE yielded functional blood rejuvenation, abrogating the typical old serum inhibition of progenitor cells proliferation. So the conclusion is that even one treatment, even one dilution gave quite interesting results. And what is going? So normally rats are living some time, and then after a while they are getting old and die. So complete rejuvenation would include that old rats will become to young rats and smaller size, and then all the tissues will be recovered. But okay, of course it doesn't happen. It goes a little bit different way, that we have partial rejuvenation, but if we repeat these procedures many times, we technically and theoretically we can extend unlimited the life of animals or humans, and this is very important result. It is again technology which is very promising, and it has to be tested in clinical trials. But it is very important information about the rejuvenation. So we have 3 reports which are like first the growth hormone and injections, and together with DHEA and metformin and vitamin D, and very useful to rejuvenate. It works. Mostly our immune system rejuvenates. It's very important for to protect old people from infections. Maybe it will be used for this especially, and it is expensive. I cannot afford it. I cannot buy human hormone, and I cannot make these injections. It's quite expensive. In estimation, it is more than $10,000. So I try to use my ideas to generate human growth hormone inside of my body by intensive physical exercises in particular, or the heat treatment, and I go to sauna and steam room, and to extend this release of human growth hormone. But it is not yet maybe enough. Even I see the good results so in my attempts, but it is yet. I have another idea what to do. I just to come to get some more treatments, and I will not disclose it because it's just ideas, just speculations. It has to be tested. This is not result yet. It is only speculations and ideas. But I will follow this, and I think it is very interesting. And if it will work, it will be a technology to rejuvenate human body on low budget, because all these treatments, they need yet some special equipment or some expensive treatments. So the convoys demonstrate rejuvenation with wound healing, tissue structure, and renewal of new nerve growth. What is missing? What they didn't do? No test of physical or cognitive performance, no measure of inflammatory markers, blood lipids, methylation clock, or other measures of biological age. And Josh Mitteldorf also posted such information which was missing in the publications, that actually human trials on plasma exchange were quite are very common, and there are data what is happening, and he just explains that it is actually existing technology, and it proves actually that we have some rejuvenation, and so in the human trials, in these treatments, a patient blood is removed, and the patient's own red and white blood cells are returned to him, but his plasma is replaced with saline and albumin and possibly other ingredients, and this is some existing equipment which is already exists and in use for many years, and this is schematically the technology that blood is extracted and filtered, and then the plasma is replaced with some fluid, with solution of salts, and with albumin. This is existing technology. So what was the results? Actually, that patient's immune system improve, and arthritis symptoms decrease. Patients who receive frozen blood plasma have fewer adverse reactions when they received plasma from young donors, 18-24, compared to middle-aged donors, 35-45. So it's actually already exists in two versions. One version is, as I said, it is replacement of plasma, half of the plasma by saline solution and with albumin. This is one. And other, some patients got plasma from young donors or older donors, and benefits were observed, and then the benefits were lasting at least 6 months, and of course it was very good improvement, and it's again one more evidence that this dilution of blood plasma is working. So Conboy results is an evidence for epigenetic theory. Okay, then this conclusion of the Mitteldorf. And it is, of course, I only supported that we have these signal molecules, and these signal molecules, they control the epigenetic changes in all the body, on all the body. So they have shown, the convoys shown that there are some protein signaling molecules in the blood that actively retard growth and healing. So when we are aging, there are some signal molecules which change and then signaling and control growth and healing, and so they are making our body old. And how they do it? They induce epigenetic changes in every cell in our body. So if we remove half of these signal molecules, these proteins, and then the animals are able to grow useful tissues and to heal better. The obvious conclusion is that with age there are some signaling changes in the blood which weaken the animal and inhibit repair of tissues. Okay, then again it is very important conclusion that there are some central clock which controls the aging of our body, and if we reboot the clock, we can efficiently rejuvenate our body. This is again absolutely fantastic result which shows up that these three groups demonstrated us the almost working technologies. So we need clinical treatment, clinical trials to prove it and to be approved by FDA. These are very expensive, maybe billions of dollars, but good results, that good news that yes, it is already, we have the technology. And as I said, for me it is very exciting, very motivating, but as I have no money to use even exchange of my blood plasma, then I decided to follow a little bit other way to make this rejuvenation on budget, and I got the supplements. I got this. I will start my own trials on my own body, and let's see how far I can go in this rejuvenation. I believe I am also already quite happy with my situation, so that I go a little bit different. I stay on a strict carnivore diet, and previously was on ketogenic diet. Then I lost weight. And now I go to intensive physical training, intensive exercises like high intensity interval training to grow my muscle and to also to improve release of growth hormone in my body, plus sauna, plus heat treatment. So to rejuvenate, and I see it again, not directly, not by measuring of my biological age, but but just by feeling, and also this growth of hairs from nose and ears. Okay, sorry, you can laugh, it is a little bit funny, but I have no other means to measure, and only that my appearance and some secondary factors which I can see. Yet a lot of to work. I have to, next step should be not grain, but recover of my color of my hairs. I hope to get it in time. It takes time, so 1 year maybe, I don't know. I started not long ago. Actually, I would say I am changing the procedure. The difference to other researchers, I'm not following the stable protocol. I am changing. If I have new ideas and implement these ideas, I check in this or that. And if I see improvement, if I consider it is useful, I use it. So I cannot say that this protocol was for long. I started ketogenic diet not about maybe a year ago, and metformin I taken maybe 8 months only. So it takes time, and DHEA even shorter. So it takes time. But I believe my ideas are correct. So it just takes time to rejuvenate my body completely. So okay, so the hallmarks of aging include telomere attrition, epigenetic alteration, genomic instability, loss of proteostasis, degenerated nutrient sensing, mitochondrial dysfunction, cellular senescence, stem cells exhaustion, and altered intercellular communication. Senescent cells may also directly contribute to aging. Dysfunctional mitochondria not cleared by autophagy in the senescent cells produce reactive oxygen species which cause cellular damage, including DNA damage. Prolonged health span is obtained by pharmacological interventions using novel class of drugs termed senolytics used to selectively ablate. This is all information is known. It is in open access, public access, so you can read it. That rapamycin, for example, can substantially extend longevity of laboratory mice and rats. So, okay, then we see this famous person, David Sinclair, who is working in rejuvenation, and he promotes cellular rejuvenation with metformin, resveratrol, and metformin, and nicotine amide mononucleotide. So these are quite expensive substances, and he got rich from this. I have a video on it. I believe this person is just not very honest. I stopped to follow him, and he has quite limited knowledge about ketosis. He doesn't know even that ketosis can promote NAD plus increase of the NAD plus instead. So, and he claims that he is 50 years old, but he is like 20 years younger. Okay, I have video on it, and this, I think he is not completely honest, but I cannot blame him in making multi-million dollars from this, his advertisement. He is working hard to make money. And of course, his research also has value. So, okay, everybody decide how to make money, and he is doing it like this, to giving people hope and selling and promote this expensive treatment with resveratrol, which I believe toxic. and with NNM, so nicotine mononucleotide, which is expensive, and again I stopped to follow him. Okay, so what he takes resveratrol 1 gram a day, nicotinamide mononucleotide, metformin, and many people follow him, and vitamins, some vitamins, blah blah blah. Okay, what person I really highly respect, it is Dr. Omron. Omron, he for 5 years he keeps a strict protocol and taking metformin together with niacin, nicotinamide. So he, please Google this his video, and you can also, you can recently his video was translated to text. This is a reference, you can find it. So it is, I respect him a lot, and he does not do any physical exercise, physical training, and just takes these 2 substances for 5 years, and he report about positive changes in his body. I respect him a lot, but I do not completely follow him, only that I use cheap nicotinamide instead of nicotine mononucleotide, because I tried nicotine mononucleotide once. I don't see any difference between nicotine mononucleamide and simple and cheap nicotinamide. I have a video on it, so please check. Okay, then again, this video only for educational information purposes only. It may contain copyrighted material, the use of which has not always been specifically authorized by a copyright owner. And if you had time to watch the video, thank you very much. Please comment, subscribe, like, ask questions, and share information. I highly appreciate your support. Your comments give me some more ideas, so I really appreciate it. And but I'm not yet interested in many subscribers, because it is more like my personal blog, video blog, and I do it, and what is really important, what I really get ideas, my personal ideas, I will not disclose till I will check it. I will make this experiment. It will take time, because any trial takes years, or maybe a year, at least a few months. So to see how it works, and then probably I also will follow the example of these 3 groups which are successful in the rejuvenation. Maybe I will propose some low budget way to rejuvenate body, and okay, let's see, would it be possible to commercialize it? I don't know. Okay, but at least I follow, and I see improvement in my health and my appearance. And I got 31 inch only my waist, and really much better endurance. I'm much better endurance, and much stronger. And with DHEA, my muscles are growing quite quick, and so I decided to put much efforts and time to attend the fitness hall, to a fitness center, and I think I'm quite happy about the results, and the feeling is fantastic. Sometimes, some days I really feel like I'm 20 years younger, or maybe 10 years, more than 10 years younger. So I'm quite happy about what is changing. And okay, that what I'm doing till now, you can find this information in my video. Please, if you are interested, to watch them. What next protocol, what my next ideas, which are new, I will not disclose till the results will be visible. And then when the results will be positive, I hope so, then probably I will make some supplements or ideas. So I have quite many ideas how to commercialize it, and at least low budget, again, a low budget, so it will be very affordable for anyone, and I hope it will work first for me and maybe for other people. Okay, so anyway, have a wonderful day, and thank you for your time again.